What is up, guys? Poison Ivy here, back with. Oh, 1 second, let me get this. Okay. Oh, what's up, man? What? What? Are you. They changed again? Alright, man, thanks for letting me know. Alright, guys. The nests have changed again. It's been the third great migration. So it looks like it's time for me to give you some more nest locations. Alright, so as many of you know, the nest changed on Monday, September 26th, 2016. And I'll tell you right now, no nest was safe. Seems like this time every single nest has changed. So I had a lot of work cut out for me with this, but thanks to help from various sources, I think I've got a good amount of nests that I can share with you guys. So like my previous nest videos, this one's going to be mainly for the Seattle area. There are a few in like Tacoma, Puyallup, that kind of area too, and Bellevue, but mainly it's going to be around Seattle. Alright, let's get this started. The first nest that I'm going to share with you is my absolute favorite after the change, and it is a Kabuto nest, and it's at Marymore Park. And from all the research I've done, I can definitely say that this is the best nest after the change. I was there for like a half an hour and I had already caught 10. It was a ridiculous spawn rate. Plus, it's a dog park, so if you like dogs, you get to see a bunch of dogs, and it's great. Plus, it's a nice view, so it's just a great place to go. It's a pretty big park, but I recommend going to this area of the park. It's an unleashed area where dogs can just walk around. So if you're not a fan of dogs, you shouldn't go there. But don't worry, because there is another Kabuto nest. It's not as good, but it's not too far from Marymore, which is pretty cool. It's at a place called Robbinswood Park. Again, another great place to go, but if you're trying to catch Kabutos and you want to do it fast, Marymore Park is the place to go. The next nest is a Bulbasaur nest, and there are two. One is at Kubota Garden, the other is at Lake Bourne. For the Lake Bourne one, the Bulbasaur usually spawns in the exact same place, which is towards kind of the back of the park, and it is a slow spawn rate, but if you're there for a while, you will catch Bulbasaurs, but it's not as good as Kelsey Creek Park, which was the old Bulbasaur nest. If you're looking for Charmanders, Lincoln Park is no longer a Charmander nest. Very, very sad. But I did find other ones. Waverly Beach Park, Petrovisky Park, and Wildwood Park. They all spawn Charmanders, just not as good as Lincoln did. For Squirtles, there's a confirmed nest at Game Farm Park. And if you need Ekans for any reason, you don't have your Arbok yet, there's a place, it's a park next to North Kirkland Community Center. It's the park right next to that. It is a very slow spawn rate, but again, you will catch Ekans. I'm sad to say that I could not find a Pikachu nest. So I hope, previously there was one at Denny Park. Definitely not there anymore. So I'm hoping you were able to get some candies there. Hopefully I find one soon, or somebody else does. And if so, I'll let you know. There also used to be a slow Sandshrew nest at Liberty Park in Renton. And people say it's not a Sandshrew nest anymore, but when I drove by there, I did see a Sandshrew in the sightings list. It needs further investigation, and again, I'll let you know. Alright, the next one is a Nidoran female nest, and it is at Silver Lake Park. I mean, it's really if you really need them. I mean, they're pretty common, but if you don't get them. Another area is Bellevue Park, but that's for the male Nidorans. Again, that's just a concrete place where they definitely spawn. Alright, the saddest nest change is Lincoln Park, which used to be a Charmander nest, but it is now a Clefairy nest. Don't get me wrong, I don't hate Clefairy, but, Clefairy, Charmander's better. There's also a Vulpix nest at Juanita Beach Park and Clark's Creek Park. For Jigglypuff, Fort Dent Park is the place to go. I haven't found a specific nest for Oddish, Paris, or Venonat, but again, they're not super rare, so you shouldn't have too much trouble finding those. If you need Diglets or Dugtrio, then the place to go is Kelsey Creek Park, which used to be the Bulbasaur nest, but it is now Diglett. If you don't have a Persian yet, a good place to get Meowths are at West Crest Park, which used to be at Abernest, but now it's a great old Meowth nest. The spawn rate's also kind of slow, so you'd have to be patient. Alright, for Psyducks, again, a good place to go, just around water, but if you really, really need a, like a gold duck or whatever, then a place that spawns them like crazy is Warren G. Magnuson Park. I only found one Growlithe nest, and that's at Sacagawea Park, and it's a slow spawn rate. I found, I don't know, it's like another thing, it's like not a nest, but I see them there all the time, and it's at Lincoln Park, which is a now Clefairy nest. I don't know if I can label it a nest, but Growlithe are there like a lot. So I don't know, maybe a habitat, but they do spawn there sometimes. I didn't find a Poliwag nest, but they're kind of common, just go towards water. I'm sure you'll find some. Another nest, even though it's kind of slow, is for Abra, and that's at Pioneer Park. I have no nests for Machops, but if I had to say a place where you should, maybe try to go get them, it's at Bellevue Park. And not really at the park, but there's this building right across the street from it. It spawns some pretty good stuff. I've seen a Machoke there sometimes, but Machops spawn there a pretty good amount throughout the day. For Bellsprouts, you're going to want to go to Golden Garden Park. For Tentacool, I didn't find a nest, so go towards the water. Again, you'll probably find some. Maybe the Des Moines Marina. That's a pretty good place to go for water types. I couldn't find a nest for Geodude. Again, Bellevue Park is where I've caught most of mine. And for Ponyta, you're going to want to go to Discovery Park, and it is a good spawn right there, so you'll get your Rapidash in no time. I don't have a nest for Slowpokes, but it's one of the Pokemon that kind of spawn wherever Dratini spawn, is what I've noticed, so if you know a spot that spawns Dratinis, you'll probably find Slowpokes there. For Magnemites, you're gonna still want to go to the south side of Alki. It's still a great place to go for electric types. But I have no idea where a Doduo nest is now, so if I find one, I will definitely let you guys know. For Seals, you're going to want to go to Cal Anderson Park. Unfortunately, I didn't find a Grimer nest, which I wasn't really expecting to find one. I was still kind of hoping, though. The best I can do is suggest to put him as your buddy. You get a candy for every 3 kilometers you walk. That's what I've been doing. It's a slow process, and it's killing me, but you're slowly getting those candies for a mug. For Shelters, a good place to go is Ravenna Park. And if you really, really need a Hunter or a Gengar, then a Ghastly nest is at Bellevue Golf Course. I recommend you be careful because I'm pretty sure they're cracking down on Pokemon Go players. So, if you go there, actually play golf, please don't trespass because there's a good chance you'll get arrested. Anyways, an Onyx nest? None. Sorry. I really wish I had found one, because I know Gen 2 is on people's minds now. They want that Steelix. And again, if I find one, I will be sure to tell you. For Drowsies, they're common enough that I don't think anybody really needs a nest for it. Plus, I didn't find one, so yeah. Kind of the same with Krabby. If you go towards the water, you're probably going to catch a few. For Voltorbs, a good place again to go is the south side of Alki, so That's one area that hasn't changed much. If anything, it spawns more Voltorbs, so it's like an official nest now, so that's good. West Side Park is an execute nest. There are no nests for Cubone. I'll let you know if I find one. No nest for Hitmonlee, Hitmonchan, which is a shame. And for Coughing, it's not really a nest. It's not confirmed or anything, but I've noticed that some spawn at Bellevue Mall. I couldn't tell you like specific times or anything, but I have seen some spawn there. So you know, if you're out and about and really need Coughings, Bellevue Mall is probably the place to go. For Rhyhorns, Lake Spanway Golf Course, I've heard spawned some, but I would again be careful. It's a golf course. And I've also heard that at Des Moines Marina, it spawns quite a few too. When I went there, I didn't find any, but I have heard reports of that happening. And for Horsies, Des Moines Marina is the place to go. It's not really a nest, but you catch them there. For Goldines, Wright Park is a nest. Also, anywhere where there's water. Like, come on. Same with Staryu. Green Lake Park is a nest for Staryus, though, if you're not by any water. A nest for Scythers is at Bradley Lake Park, and that's a pretty good spawn rate. If you still need a Jinx, Nile Golf Course is a nest. And also, I've seen a lot spawn at Seattle, so if you don't really feel like going to a golf course, which I know I never feel like doing, I would try Seattle, just test your luck, and I'm pretty sure you'll catch one. If you're still in need of an Electabuzz, Bellevue Botanical Garden is a nest, and so is Wilburton Hill Community Park. For Magmar, Surrey Downs Park is a confirmed nest. For Pinsir, Woodland Park is a great nest, and South Hill Park is also a nest for Pinsir. For Magikarp, a good place to get them is the Des Moines Marina. They spawn like crazy there, especially if there are lures, and you'll be on your way to a Gyarados in no time. Eevee is pretty common. I've heard that Woodland Park Zoo is a nest, but you know, if you don't really want to pay, I mean, just go somewhere, walk around, you'll be able to probably catch like 1 or 2 Eevees at the least. For Omanites, this is probably the only golf course I'd probably go to, but I've never been there personally, but it's one I'm probably going to go to because I need Omanite. But West Seattle Golf Course is a place. Also, Wilson Playfield spawns them, but it's a slow spawn rate. And the last Pokemon, Dratini, I didn't find a nest, but again, Des Moines Marina is a great place to go for those. And if you see any Pokemon like this that spawn throughout the day, there's a good chance a Dratini will eventually spawn around there. And yeah, those are all the nests that I have found. Not personally, again, I have a lot of sources, a lot of help. The Sylph Road is a great place to go if you're looking for a nest. And hopefully you have friends that'll tell you if there are any nests around you. But yeah, either way, I hope this helped you out in any way. I love making these nest videos. I love helping people out. Like I said before, this game is so much more fun when we all help each other out. And it's just a great game to play. But yeah, if you know of any nests that I didn't talk about, let me know in the comment section down below. And you know, if you just want to talk Pokemon, you can leave a comment too. I'm also on Twitch. I play mostly in the mornings. So, I mean, if you want to talk about Pokemon there too, I'll be there. I don't really have set times or anything, so if you follow me on Twitter and you know you're an early bird, let's hang out together. But yeah, if this has helped you out in any way, go ahead and subscribe, leave a like. But yeah, thank you for watching. I hope you're having a great day today. Good luck with your Pokemon, and I will see you next time.